Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for How to Thrive Thursday, Marketing Made Simple, Key Insights in 30 Minutes. I am your host, Stephanie Love. Before we dive in, just a quick note, we will be taking questions at the end of today's presentation. So feel free to submit them via the chat section on the right-hand side of your screen throughout. Now, I am so excited to introduce our wonderful presenters today. We have Mia Oderling, who will be sharing key insights on online presence, ad types, and so much more, plus our very own Matthew Reedy, who will be showcasing analytics in the Thryv platform. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. All right, well, without further ado, Mia, I am going to let you take it away.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Stephanie, for that introduction. And as she has mentioned, my name is Mia, and I am going to be discussing some key marketing terms and what running ads is and all of those ad types. So a lot of fun stuff to cover. So let's go right ahead and dive in with identifying what online presence really means. So this refers to all the activities, interactions, and content that a business has on the internet. This includes your business website, your social media profiles, your blogs, and any other information created by or about your business on the internet. It's how easy it is for customers to find your brand or company online. So, why is it important to have a strong online presence? Well, it helps consumers find your brand before they are aware you even exist. It helps them learn about your reputation before making a purchase. And it also provides visibility to your products and services when users are searching for related keywords. So now that we have defined online presence and understand why it's important to have that strong online presence, let's start talking strategies. So, what are some strategies you can do to build that strong online presence? Well, obviously, first thing is creating a good website. Your website is often the first point of contact for potential customers to have with your business. So, make sure it is professional, it's easy to navigate, and it obviously has that clear communication of what your business actually has to offer. But besides all of that, you also have social media. So this is a great way to engage with those consumers. So establish profiles on popular social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And then regularly posts content on there as well to interact with consumers. And then the big and famous one, search engine optimization, SEO. So use SEO strategies to improve your website visibility in search engine results. This can help increase the quantity and quality of your traffic to your website. And then we also have the email marketing. So this is going to be the best way to build an email list and to regularly send out newsletter or promotional offers as well. This can help you stay top of mind with your customers. And then obviously you have the content marketing, so creating the valuable content like your blogs, post videos, infographics that you can add to your social, your website, and share on those email marketings. It also can really help attract and retain your customers as well. And then obviously all of this trickles down to online advertising, which we will definitely dive in about this shortly. But basically, building online presence does take time and consistent effort. But with the right strategies, you can actually have a strong online presence that can truly help your business grow. So with all that being said, as you can see, we're going to transition over to really understanding the difference of an online listings compared to online presence. So basically the online listing is going to be the entry where your business appears online. There are essentially online displays about your business that tells people what you do, where you do it, and how you do it. This typically includes four major components, which is going to be your name, address, phone number, and website. These are the big four. They are most important to search engines and for your potential customers. They give people all the information they'll need to research, contact, and locate your business. So let's talk about strategies and having a strong online listing. First things, having that consistency. So ensuring that your business information is consistent across all of those online listings. That includes your business name, your address, phone number, and website. So those big fours. And then also make sure that it's complete. Include all the information about your business that the listing can allow you to do. So for instance, hours of operation, products and services that you offer are also very excellent to include. And then also take advantage of every listing opportunity that's available to your business. So don't focus on a few. Have your business listed in as many places as possible, because this really will give you more surface area for attracting potential customers. And then the big one, reputation. So monitor your online listings for customers' reviews and feedback, and make sure you are asking and as well as responding to those reviews. That way, customers can really see that you value feedback and are committed to actually growing your business. So building your online listings really doesn't have to be as hard as it sounds if you have the right tool to help you, such as a listings management service. This can really help optimize your listing for local search, increase that likelihood of appearing in the local search, as well as easy like getting access to Google Maps, as well as managing the customers' engagement and reviews in one centralized area, so you can really manage all of those reviews. So now that we've discussed all of listings, we will transfer over and discuss about the most important listing you should be nurturing and have out there, which is going to be your Google profile. And as you can see here, we have the major 4 components on here, as well as additional stuff like I was mentioning earlier. So make sure all of this is very well filled out in your Google profile, because this is the biggest search engine in the world. And this will really help businesses appear in local search results for relevant search terms. It also just provides easy way for people to go to your location if that's applicable. And also those Google reviews are going to be the biggest component out there, because credibility really will boost your business with really low cost. Just remember that the reviews is that trust and credibility, because 84% of people trust online reviews just as much as personal recommendation. And 74% of consumers say that positive reviews make them trust local businesses more. Google reviews can really provide your business with significant reputation boost without cost. And then it will really help with conversion, because if people see that your business has high review rating, they are naturally more likely to click on your website and see what your operations are truly about, making it more aware of what your products are. So now that we've discussed online presence versus online listings and why it's important to have a Google profile out there, let's now dive in to having a clean, consistent data, which is one of those key strategy components of having a strong listing. So as you can see, when it comes to online listing, it is very important to obviously have consistent information. Think of noisy data as unwanted clutter, mistakes like typos or outdated information, which I do see a lot of outdated information out there. And this clutter can actually make it hard for people using your online listings to understand the important details. So as you can see in this example, we have 3 listings with different addresses typed in a little bit differently. This is noisy data because it is showing different information and can be very confusing for consumers. So if we go over to the next slide, we have this clean data, and it's important to keep your data clean and consistent across all of your listings to avoid that confusion among your consumers. And if your data is messy or inconsistent, remember, search engines won't rank you high in that search result. So that's very important to keep in mind. So now let's talk about the big one, lead generation. So running ads. So running ads is a form of online advertising where you pay to display the promotional messages to the intended audience. These ads can appear in emails, in search engines, on websites, and on social media platforms. Now, the intent of the online ad is always to persuade the targeted audience to take specific action. And some of those common online advertising goals are increasing your brand awareness, driving website traffic, generating leads is a big one, boosting sales, and retargeting potential customers. So why are we discussing this, and why is it important to understand online presence and listings before investing into a lead gen? Well, having a substantial digital presence can not only increase your consumers' awareness, but it can also work to strengthen your brand by building your credibility. Since consumers are more likely to research your brand before making any monetary commitment, they will naturally expect to find your business online. So, what does that mean? If I see an ad, it looks great to me. I click on it, but I need to go research before I even make any sort of commitment. And I may reach out to you through your website or click to call it during that point. So if you are running ads and you're seeing a lot of great engagement, but you're not seeing a lot of lead gen, think maybe they're researching, how does my online presence look? Do I have a good Google review standing? Maybe those are the things that you need to work on before even investing any money on lead ads. So again, online presence, having that strong foundation can then really leverage you to have a successful online running ad. With all of this being said, let's talk about the three major ads. So it's going to be search ads. So they're more text-based ads that appear on that search result, and targeting based on your search requirements. Then you have the display ads. They're online ads that appear on websites at static image, used to increase brand awareness. And then finally, we know the social ads. We see those a lot. So they're ad displays on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, um, and then it's based on the audience that you select to target as well. So I know I went through a lot, and I really hope this was some good information and maybe some things that you really need to work on to really increase your business. So I hope this was all valuable information. So I'm just going to go ahead and hand things over back to Stephanie.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You're right. You had so much information in there, and I'm really excited. We already have a couple questions, so we will get to those at the end. But first, Matthew, I think you were going to show us how to manage our analytics in the Thryv platform.
Yes, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get into it today. Well, thank you very much, Stephanie. Hi, everyone again. Thank you all for joining us today. As Stephanie said, my name is Matthew, and just like Mia, I am also a client success manager here at Thryv, and I'm super excited to share with you all some tools within Thryv's Marketing Center. So let's get into it. Looking at my screen here, as soon as you log into your Marketing Center, you're presented with a brief overview of online activity over the last 60 days. Now, these numbers that you're seeing at the top here are a combined analytics source from whether it be your website, running a paid campaign through Thryv, or even your Google business listing. Though it is convenient to see that information right away, Thryv's analytics tool allows you to really break down those sources so that you can individualize these metrics and really utilize that information to market your business better online. Now, while I click into this analytics section and wait for this first screen to load, I do want y'all to pay attention to the 4 different sections up at the top that you have access to on this analytics screen here. On the screen here, you can see that you have access to breaking down your Google business page analytics, website, paid campaigns, as well as activity through call activity through enhanced profiles. For our demonstration here today, you want to take a look at the Google My Business tab, since, as Mia said earlier, we all know how important being found on Google is, right? So similar to the overview, here you can see the last 60 days of activity on that Google business page. You can see some website visits. If you have your location displayed online, the requests to get to your address, phone calls, map views, and even search views online. This Google Analytic tool is great to use. So if you maybe run a promotion or maybe some sort of discount within, that 30, 60-day time frame, you could then jump back into your Marketing Center Google Analytics tool to see if that promotion or discount you might have provided has led to more views, more website visits, phone calls, etc. Now, staying on top of the Google profile here, knowing that it is quite important, Thryv does allow you to manage that Google profile inside of the software, letting you not have to log into Google every day. So it just makes it a little bit easier for you to manage all of your online listings and, most importantly, that Google page. Here you can see an example of a Google profile where you're able to see the logo, cover photo, and all business information over here on the left-hand side that you can edit and update at any time within inside of your Thryv, which we'll take a look at here shortly. But you can also take a look at the performance in a different view. You can read and respond to your reviews. And my favorite thing, we offer you a QR code as well as a shortened URL that you can utilize to send your clients and customers easily to your Google business page so you can gain some more reviews and become more of a trusted business within your area. I don't know about you guys, but looking at reviews and photos is the #1 thing that I look at when it comes to making a decision of what business that I want to work with. And then lastly here, you can show off your business by adding in those photos and videos like I was mentioning earlier, being able to give your clients and customers a better understanding of what services you provide, what products that you might provide and or sell, just so they are better aware of what that product or service looks like. Jumping back into your marketing center, do you want to take a look at our listings management section? Now, this is a great tool to utilize and find which different listing sites that you and the business are being found on. So going back to what Mia was explaining earlier, you want to make sure that you have a clear signal and being sure your information is accurate across the web to build that stronger organic online presence. In this listings management section, you can see which sites your business is being found on, and you can even view those listing pages by simply clicking on any of these specific bubbles and viewing that listing. Now, it is great to see which listing sites that you and the business are being found on, but it's also great to have a place where you can update that information to make sure that it is all accurate as well as do it in a timely manner. Looking at all of these different listing sites, you can see that there's quite a bit on there, and taking the time to individually go to these listing sites, creating or publishing a listing for your business could take a long time. And if you need to make any changes, could be quite a bit of a headache. But utilizing the Thryv's Manage My Listings tool, you can go ahead and update that information all at the same time, saving yourself that energy, saving yourself that headache, and making it easy to update that information to make sure that, again, your image is consistent online. Reviewing this section here, we do have some pretty basic information that would be, of course, important to have online. Your name of the business, a description, a good category or a few categories that are relative to services and or products that you provide, and then your business address, phone number, and email. Now, other things that you can add to your online listings could be a featured message linked to a URL where people can visit your website and interact with you. Your available business hours so people know when to call or when they can walk into your establishment, service areas, payments, as well as social media URLs. Going back to what I was explaining earlier about that Google business page, this section is where you would update the listings information to all of those different listing sites that we saw before we hopped into this section. And you also even have the ability to add in a photo, up to 8 photos utilizing this photo gallery. So when people are maybe using Yelp or Nextdoor or other listing sites other than Google, they can also see some photos of services or products that you provide, and in hopes to them coming to you and your business, since you have a lot of information about yourself on Google as well as these other sites here. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention here with inside of our Marketing Center, as well as this listings management section, are these enhanced profiles. Thryv's Marketing Center does allow you to turn on and create 4 enhanced profiles for your business. You're going to find Nextdoor, Yahoo, Yelp, and YP. They're very easy to turn on and get them enabled. You would simply slide this slider over from disabled to enabled, And you do also have the ability to turn on call tracking numbers on these enhanced profiles, so you can better know where these calls are coming from, how people are finding you in the business. So then you can utilize that information and data in that analytics section to push your marketing efforts on different listing sites. Or maybe if you want traffic on a specific site that you're not getting, you can jump into that listing site, maybe add some more information to your profile in hopes to get more traction from that page. Now, the benefit of these enhanced profiles, it does allow you to help increase your click-through rate by about 20 to 30% by adding unique and important business details customers can see by searching for a specific business, industry, service, or category in hopes they find your page other than competitors in your area. Some things that are included in those enhanced profiles are business attributes, maybe awards that you have won within inside of your city or state, and accolades and things of that nature. To finish up this demonstration here today, I did want to go ahead and share a screenshot of a business owner who is utilizing Thryv's Marketing Center to run campaigns. Shout out to Jared at Sign Pro of Lincoln for letting us use his campaign analytics for our demonstration here today. You can see that he's been running this ads for quite a while, since January. He's gotten over 8,000 impressions, over 300 clicks, and his cost per conversion utilizing Thryv's Marketing Center to run these paid campaigns or ads is $32.51. So again, I do appreciate y'all's time, and I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Matthew. That was an absolutely, great overview. So I'm going to bring Mia back to the stage real quick, and we do have some time for a few questions. So our first question that we have is from Donnie. He's saying he's a Thryv customer and he's looking to make sure they're doing everything they can to bring their name to the top of Google search. So what advice would you guys have for Donnie to achieve this?
Yeah, I can definitely answer that. So Donnie, basically everything that I've discussed over, the online listings and profile and everything, the most important component, especially to get you up in that Google search, is going to be your reviews. So make sure you are very adamant in asking for those reviews with your clients. Make sure that you do have a process in place. If you do have Thryv, you can do the marketing review request announcements or automated campaigns in your online listings and Google profile. We do have a pre-created QR code in there that you can download and you can ask your clients in person. Just really depends on how your business works. But yeah, Google reviews are going to be the biggest thing I always push with my clients, because that is what really is going to be the huge game changer for you.
Thank you so much, Mia. That was a great kind of overview. Now, I know we covered this a little bit. I am going to bring up Nicholas's question. He's asking, how do we know if all of your listings are accurate? So you already talked about how you can check your listings within Thryv. My next question, for kind of building off of that, is how often should you be checking those listings?
Yeah, so in my opinion, I would recommend maybe checking them every a couple of weeks, or maybe at least just once a month. Whenever you do make changes to those online listings, keep in mind it does take some time for that information to get sent out to those different listing sites. So if you don't see that change right away, I would then take a look within the next 48 to 72 hours. But when it comes to checking on your listings, I would say you really only have to do it maybe once a month or so, unless you are making quite a bit of changes. Then I would say maybe look at it more frequently. But a great way to make sure that those listings are accurate, if you are utilizing Thryv, is just to take a look at your listing settings section, making sure everything is looking appropriate and up to date for your business, and then going to that listings management section where all those bubbles are shown. You can view those individual listings by selecting those buttons as well too, which would be a good way to see if there's any discrepancies on those listings that Thryv is getting you published on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I don't have any more specific questions. However, Vitality was saying that she struggles with social. When it comes to posting on social, can you guys provide some best practices on, how often you post to social, or what type of content maybe would be best?
Yeah. Yeah, so on social, so one of the things I discussed was content marketing. So making sure that you do have you are taking pictures or videos of what you are doing. People love seeing videos before and after, just really depends on what your industry is, and just keep yourself creative. You don't want to be too pushy in marketing yourself or sound too salesy either. You want a good mix. So have some engaging content, personalized, talk about your business, talk about yourself as the business owner. And if you have more staff member, do staff spotlights and stuff like that. Just really engage with your clients. And through that Thryv social calendar, really depends on the package you have, but it's really made simple where you can connect a lot, up to 10 channels, depends on your package, on your social, so that way you can really manage all of them consistently. And I would say at least 3 times a week would be great. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are the best optimal times to be posting. And then through the Thryv social calendar, really utilize those analytics to really understand how those posts are performing over time. So you see if you need to change the timing of them for your audience to engage on there. So that social tab on your Thryv is going to be your best friend to really managing your social and understanding how you're growing over time as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mia. Now we have one more question kind of following up on that. Robert's asking, on social, is it bad to use the same post multiple times? I'm assuming the answer here is kind of it depends.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be posting the same one the same day or back to back, obviously. But it's okay to recycle, right? That it's that recycling aspect of it. So yeah, so if you want to use the same social media weeks out in that is completely fine. And if you want to, I would tweak maybe the image or something, but recycling your social is actually one of those social media little tips and tricks and stuff that you can definitely recycle those content. So it's not bad. Just don't post it back to back multiple times.
Absolutely. All right, we have another question here from Justin Woodall. He's asking, can we set up email drip campaigns through Thryv to target customers that are coming to the website?
So with that, yes, in a way, essentially. It's not going to be very intuitive, but you can play around with it with the automated campaigns. This is something I've set up with some of my clients. And if you do have a client success manager, I would definitely plug into them on that. You also have that support center if you need help creating some of those. But what I would recommend, if you have your Thryv Business Center, go under marketing, go under the automated campaigns, and utilize the reactivation one, and make sure you're putting client status to a lead, and then you can clone them and then put them at different time. So if there's no interaction coming from that particular lead, it will trickle down according to the dates that you want to send out. So if it's if you want to put after 2 weeks of no interaction, it sends out that nurturing campaign. So that's how I would set that up.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I think that is all the time that we have for questions today. We're about to run out of time. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us, and thank you, Mia and Matthew, for sharing such wonderful insights. I did message a few of you in the chat to please share your contact information so we could provide further answers to the questions that you guys had. So thank you guys both so much.